Alrighty, the 63 Astrologian quest, my last video of the night, is Ride Like the Wind, given to us by Leveva in the Athenaeum Astrologicum of Ishkard. Sorry. Here we go. Mercy, I see you received my summons. You didn't receive my summons? 12 damn that Genequinard to the 7th hell and back. He's going to put... forgive me. There shall be sufficient time for the condemnation of his soul after 11th bell tarts. Tarts? Is that a word we... Hold on. I don't normally have to do this, but I need to do this right now. Definition of tarts. No, not tart. Tarts. A woman who dresses or behaves in a way that, yeah, I know that one. It is not a word that means like tolls. Did they mean to say tolls and then it said tarts? Is it like a translation error? Is tart a verb? Yes, tart can be used as a verb, though it's less common. Like, okay, yeah. No. Sharp and sour. Hold on. Oh yeah, tart up a room, tart yourself up. I know those ones. I get that. Huh. Hold on. Is there a definition of tart that is similar to toll? Like toll. Oh, stop it. I'm typing behind my freaking mic. Toll the bell. Nope, there is not a common definition of tart. Okay. Why are you saying this? Why did you guys decide? Whatever. Okay. For now, I must speak to you of Kyokuho's training. Despite appearances, and attitude, and manners, and courting habits, our traveler from the east has proven quite motivated in his study of our ways. In fact, while you were off doing whatever it is you do, he successfully opened the next 4 gates of heaven. Anyway, preparations for this symposium have left me with little time to pick the boy's mind, but I have nevertheless managed to fully grasp the primitive concept of geomancy. In fact, I plan on incorporating several of the ideas as anecdotes into my presentation. It is what my father would have wanted. Now, as to why I've called you here, Kyokuho is very close to attuning to the final heaven, the spear, and I think it only fitting that his instructor be there to accompany him during this finest moment. And because I am obviously too occupied... No, Luna, come on. Don't come in here just to scratch yourself. I'm trying to record, bubby. Come here. Come here, dork. Let me give you scratches. Come here. Weirdo. Okay. And because I'm obviously too occupied at the moment, I thought perhaps you could join him in my stead. Then it is settled. You shall guide young Kyokuho on his final steps to glory and enlightenment, just as I did you those many moons ago. Follow me outside, Mercy, and let us bring our friend the good tidings together. Like, you don't understand. I had this room closed off because I didn't want my recordings to bug the other people in the house. But now I have closed the door over just enough. I mean, like, I've left it open just enough that she could come in if she wanted to. And she comes in and immediately starts scratching. Like, you guys, it was before I started recording, her foot was thumping on the ground. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm not recording, it's fine. And then I start recording, and then she starts scratching near her collar. And don't worry, like, we've got it all. Like, we have, like, drops and stuff. We've been to the vet. It's, you know, dogs, they scratch. But just to come, sometimes she comes in here and she just lays on the pillow and she just, like, has fun. Or she, like, gets up on my lap or puts her paws up. She's short, so she, like, she kind of stands up and puts her paws on my leg, and I bring her into my lap. But to come in here and just start scratching, making noise when I'm recording, it's just not very, it's not very couth, you know? Stupid. Here's Leveva to continue. Hopefully I haven't pissed off any dog lovers, but I've had dogs my whole life. I love them all. Just, there's a time and place for things. We have a cutscene. That is odd. I could have sworn he was right here but a moment ago. Fleury. That's Frank L-E-U-R-A-I-E. Fleury. I don't know. Have you seen Kyokuho? Fleury, are you even listening to me? I don't know who she's talking to. There's 3 elven ladies here. If it is our Hingen novitiate. That's an interesting word. I know it's a real word. I don't usually see it. Like I guess novice. Initiate or novice, but I've never seen novitiate. I wonder if it is our Hingen novitiate you seek. He hurried out the Athenaeum's side entrance not 5 heartbeats past. He was quite animated, even more than usual. A veritable one-man mummer's tragedy, all full of jumping and flailing and pumping of fists. What could have unsettled the boy so? I suppose it might have been that letter I handed him, whatever. It was delivered just this morning. Kyokuho skimmed over it quickly, asked me several cursory questions about the heaven of ice, to which I gave several cursory answers, and then was gone. And you did not try to stop him? Why would I? He was leaving. I don't think he likes him, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Bah, if my intuition is correct, and it usually is, something in that missive has led Kyokuho to believe that he does not have much time left in Eorzea, and so has set out for the steel vigil that he might open the final gate and complete his training before he departs our realm. Mercy, it looks as if our plan is already set in motion. To the Central Highlands. I tap my chest a couple times. She nods. She and Janekonar go separate ways. I do think it's faster to teleport to Camp Dragonhead and just fly north than it would be to try to get out. Although, I could just take the closest ether shard, ether crystal, ethernet, to the gate. That is one of the options, and you get ported outside of Ishgard at the gate. No, this is faster. Not as cheap. 172 gil, I think it was. The other option was free, but a little bit more flying. We have Kyokuho up here. There's a couple fates. Like there's a fate that leads up here, and then the fate right here is a bunch of small dragons. You got to kill a bunch of them. You can do one at a time. They don't they aggro if you run in front of them, but you can do one at a time if you want. Or if you're a tank or something, you can just. Or if you have a healer Chocobo, you can just go around AoEing everything. And then it leads to another fate on this little circle of this is a keep or an old castle. So this might be like some inner courtyard. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway. And the big dragon also summons little dragons to help it. I don't have my Chocobo out. It would make this faster, but I do believe gravity spam is still better multiple target, even if it's only 2. And then single target. Stop it! I was just outside that one. Cool. They both go down with the same gravity. That's pretty cool. Doesn't happen often. We aid Kyokuho, and it's taken a while here. I had a feeling there'd be a cutscene. He was one hand, one knee down. He stands. I forgot what voice I did for him. Mercy, this is the second time you have saved me from my folly. Well, technically speaking, it is the first. You were merely standing around as Lady Leveva healed my wounds last time. Right, I'll stop there. I know it makes little sense to leave without saying anything, despite the fact you, Lady Leveva, and Jeanette Grenard all were but mere yawns from where I stood. But some stories are already told, and who are we to struggle against the ebb and flow that carry us ever toward our fates? Okay? Alright, that was a poor excuse. The truth is, I have been summoned back to my homeland and was too ashamed to face those who had showed me so much support. And so I thought to come here, open the gate to the final heaven, and then take the next trading galley out of Ul'dah before any of you realized I was gone. As you can see, things did not unfold as planned. But since you are here, perhaps we could have one last session, for old time's sake? My options are the spear's origins or the spear's blessings. I'll go with the spear's blessings is what I will explain. I see. Both power and compassion. The yin to the other's yang. I guess they are a little bit... Yeah, yin and yang don't mean opposite necessarily. But yeah. It is as if the more I learn from of your stars, the less I know. Okay. Cutscene transitions to a crescent moon in the night sky. He and I are just walking in the same area. You know, the broken down castle, keep, whatever. To think this may be the last I ever see of your heavens. We both look up to the stars. We get the constellation of the lady with the spear. I'm beginning to understand why your people treasure them so. Let me just grab this really quick. And with the opening of the 6th, I have prepared my mind and soul for the 7th, the final gate that leads to true dominion over the elements, or so Lady Leveva insists. Like a warrior goddess with this, like, think not Wonder Woman, but she is think of an Amazon warrior with a spear over her head. Our conversations have been eye-opening, to say the least. She theorizes that our two schools may actually be one and the same. Whereas astrologians look to the stars above to read their fates, we geomancers look to the star below and listen to its songs, and draw our answers from its whispers. Well, I am certain my masters back in Hingashi would cringe upon hearing that a Westerner of not 20 summers believes she has grasped 1,000 generations of teaching. Wait, what? Well, I am certain my masters back in Hingashi would cringe upon hearing that... Okay, he's talking about Leveva. Okay. Believes she has grasped 1,000 generations of teaching. I'm more willing to indulge her eccentricities now that I know she means no ill will. I only wish that we would have had more time to possibly see if there were some way we could have combined our knowledge to create something new. Something the world's never before seen. And with that, I bid you, Lady Leveva, Quimperane Muguenil. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's one of the ladies. I don't know. But Mary Ugue Nancy Iel Muguenil, soft-skinned Fleury. I said her name and spelled it earlier. Sweet-lipped Hurite. Heurrie, Tom-Tommy, Hurite. That tall chap on the second floor always mumbling about some star's magnitude. Even Jeanette Gunard, the fondest of farewells. I have a long journey ahead of me, and if I do not leave now, I fear I will never be able to. I smile and give him a nod. Looks like we're probably going off to Kugane next. Or just Hingashi. I don't know if he's actually in Kugane. I know the warrior quest has a warrior lady, Ara, from the Azim Steppes, and she would like me to go there with her. That might happen, we'll see, but it hasn't happened so far. Back to the Athenaeum. Ah! I'm glad the button I just clicked didn't do anything. Because I'm not currently in a conversation with somebody. Oh, here's Fleury. Was she the one that he said was sweet-lipped? A little nerdy, elvish woman. I say nerdy because she has glasses. I wear glasses, so I understand. I think it's a little bit nerdy sometimes too. Although there are a lot of people who aren't nerdy and wear glasses. I don't know. Here's Leveva to continue. You are back, but I do not see Kyokuho. Is he out fawning over Fleury again? I explain what's going on. Back to Hingashi? I cannot say this was unexpected. The deck of 60 told me as much this morning. That, and I asked Jeanette Gunard what was written in the letter. What? You thought him above reading another's correspondence? You give him far too much credit where none is due. Kyokuho is not a child. He knew what coming to Eorzea would entail, and he knew that he would one day need to return to his homeland. And while we may not have always agreed, almost never agreed, I did come to respect the man and his, steely resolve. Allow him his peace, and if the stars deem it fitting, then he will be back. Or perhaps next it will be our turn for a journey over storm and sea. She leaves. I talk to Jeanette Renard to complete the quest. He's gone, and without saying goodbye. I cannot believe it. I will not believe it. Oh, what I would not give to have but one last moment of with my brother, my soulmate, my... Lady Leveva told you I read his letter. Oh, well then, yes, it will pain me to tell the other novitiates that Kyokuho has returned to his native lands far away on the other side of the world. I may even need to personally comfort those most stricken with grief by his sudden and tragic departure. But truth be told, I am going to miss having the Hingin around. He certainly did liven the place up. Godspeed, Kyokuho. May your return journey leave you miserable and wet, but see you safely home. He didn't like that. I'm reading into this maybe a little bit, but he didn't like the competition with the other ladies, you know what I'm saying? 103,000 experience points, 1204 gil, and we're done. Video's done. My throat's feeling fine though, like even though I had to do a little bit of Curious Gorge in the Warrior quest, and I do them like this, not bad. But anyway, myself, Jeanette Renard, my Unicult was right there, now he's kind of high. But we all thank you for watching, we do so hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.